What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for Serie A Week 27 predictions. Real quick, flashing up on the screen are everyone that is supporting me over on the Patreon. You get access to exclusive members, tips, and accumulators, shout-outs in every single video, and of course, you can direct message me privately if you want to ask me something, or even if you've made an accumulator and you want my opinion, any changes I may make, any games you want me, that you want to keep an eye on, that you want my opinion on, you can message me with anything. All you got to do is click the first link in the description and join everyone in supporting the channel. Now, I will say this for the Serie A and La Liga video, both going out today. Super Brew has kind of glitched. It doesn't know when the fixtures are, so currently it has all of them taking place on Sunday at midnight, which is obviously not the case. So I'm doing these fixtures not in order of when they're actually happening. We've got Friday night fixtures and they are, lower down on the list. I believe Fiorentina Lecce is a Friday night fixture, and some of these are way later. But regardless, I'm just going to do them in the order that they come up on the screen. So that is how we're going to do it today. And kicking it off, as far as Super Brew is concerned, it's an absolutely massive game between AC Milan and Lazio. Now, AC Milan, they are out of the Champions League at the hands of Feyenoord, and they're going to want to get back into the Champions League next season, and for that they need to climb the table. They've got the game in hand. If they win it, they go on 44. They're really right up there. This would be a huge win, especially it's almost like a 6-pointer for European qualification here, and I think actually AC Milan can get the win, and I'm going to go for not 21, a 2-1 win to AC Milan, but the tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.66. After this, we have Atalanta up against Venezia. Atalanta beating Empoli 5-0, obviously off the back of getting knocked out of the Champions League by Club Brugge. Again, Atalanta, if we look at the table here, they want to stay in those top 4 places going for Champions League, and I think it's strength to strength here against Venezia, who have only won 3 games all season. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win. The tip is Atalanta to win and over 2.5 goals at 1.72. That allows for a 3-0, even a 2-1. I just think Atalanta are going to absolutely batter Venezia in this fixture here. After this, it's Bologna up against Cagliari. Now, Bologna are yet to play their sort of midweek fixture against AC Milan, so we don't know how that's gone. But for this one, I do think Bologna get the win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, and I thought about both teams to score. I really did, but actually Bologna, they've lost 4 games all season. Cagliari 3 times that. I'm going for Bologna to win at 1.6. After this, the game that I believe is the Friday night fixture kicking us off. So tomorrow, at the time you're watching this, Fiorentina up against Lecce. I think this could be a correct score prediction if ever I've seen one. There's some fixtures you just look at and think, yeah, correct score's good, especially in the Serie A when it's low scoring. I'm going to go 2-0, and the tip is going to be Fiorentina to win and under 3.5 goals at 2.3. I think that's very good. I know Fiorentina have lost the last 3, but I think they can bounce back here with a home win against Lecce. After this, it's Genoa up against Empoli. Empoli 1 point in the last 7. It was a 1-1 draw with Bologna. Genoa, the favourites, rightfully so, but I'm just going to go for a draw, and I'm going to go for a 0-0. The tip is going to be under 2.5 goals at 1.66. I think at best we see a 1-1 or a 2-0 Genoa win. If you look here, there's a 2-0 win there. You look here, 1-0 loss. It's low scoring. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw, which I think Empoli at this point will be happy with. After this, it's Juventus up against Verona. Again, I think another potential correct score prediction here. I'm going to go for Juve to win 2-0, and the tip is going to be Juventus to win 2-0, not 2-0, because that's a correct score prediction. That's, a little bit high. I might tip that on the, the Patreon, but for the videos, I'm just going to go Juventus to win 2-0. 2-0 at 1.9. I think they win this one quite comfortably. After this, it's Monza up against Torino. It's the full 90 classic. We're going for a 1-1 draw, and we're going for both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at 3.1. I think Monza, even though they've won twice this season, I think they can get a point. There's a bit of a gut feeling. I could see this being 2-1, but I'm going to back Monza to get something. Even though they've only won twice all season, let's give them a point. 1-1. After this, it's Napoli up against Inter. Napoli winless in their last 4, really fumbling at the top of the Serie A. If you see here, they've allowed Inter Milan to take over and put the title in their hands with, like I said, no win in the last 4. If Napoli can win this, the title is back in their hands. I just don't see it, however. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Inter Milan, and the tip is going to be Inter draw no bet at 1.66. It'd be exciting if Napoli did win this, but I think Inter are really, really solid. After this, it's Roma up against Como. Roma absolutely battering Monza 4-0. Como beating Napoli 2-1. I predicted that'd be a 2-1. I just thought it'd be 2-1 the other way. I think Roma win this one. I'm going to say a 3-1, but at the same odds of Roma to win, I'm going to go for the tip as over 2.5 goals at 1.9. That's one of my favorite tips of the week in Serie A. I'm very surprised that the over and unders are both valued at 1.9. They can't figure that out. I think Roma games generally are quite high scoring, and I'm going to go for a 3-1. And this way, it doesn't matter if the goals mostly come from Como, like in this Napoli fixture. You just need goals, and I think there's always likely to be goals in Como games and Napoli games alike. So that is one of my favourites. And after this, the final game, it's Udinese up against Parma. I'm going to go for home form. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, but the tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.8 at the same odds, more or less, as the home win. I think it's more likely, and just in case we see a score draw, I'm going to go for both teams to score. Like with this Venezia game here, if we get a 1-1, both teams to score lands. So here's a little summary of the picks. I've gone very heavy on the home sides, and, you know, we might even see an upset with Napoli beating Inter Milan as well. I just think home comforts in the Serie A this week is going to be crucial. I think we'll see some lower scoring games as well, and then the likes of, you know, Atalanta's game and Roma's game. I think that's where the goals are going to come from. So those are my picks. That is going to do it for the Serie A for this week. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like, subscribe down below to join us on the road to 32,000 subscribers. And whilst you're down there, why not leave your score predictions in the comments? I read every single one. I love seeing where you guys differ from my opinion. Don't get me wrong, if you leave a comment and disagree with me, I like that. I love to hear contrasting opinion. What do you think I've got wrong? I mean, it's always a bit crazy to me in my prediction videos when someone comments before the matches happen, you got that so wrong, when it hasn't even happened yet. But by all means, disagree with me. I love to read it. With that being said, thank you for watching. La Liga will be up 2 hours after this one, so stick around for that, and I will see you in that video very soon.